Are you suffering with low self-esteem or with a negative self-image? You may have reached a point where it's like, what is the point in even taking care of myself? Or I don't care about myself. Maybe you mask those feelings by taking care of everyone else, putting them first, giving them a good time. All the while putting yourself second. And everyone looks at you like, isn't so-and-so so kind and sweet and selfless? Actually, it's kind of a cry for help. This is how I see myself. And you see it in little things like, if I'm buying for so-and-so, so-and-so can get name brand. But if I'm buying for me, it's okay for me to get off-brand. They can get name brand, but I can get off-brand. And you tell yourself, oh, it's okay. I don't mind. It still kind of tastes the same. Still kind of looks the same. What's the big deal? It is a big deal. There's a reason the Queen used to eat a banana with a knife and fork. Just by how she's eating in that peculiar way, she's telling herself, I am the Queen. I don't just eat like a commoner. When children are developing, we first get our feelings towards ourselves from our relationship with our primary caregiver, usually mum. We're perceiving, how is mum responding to me? Is mum attuned and responsive and nurturing? Or is mum overwhelmed? Is mum afraid? Is mum disgusted? And from these early experiences, we go, oh, this is the type of thing I must be, and that must be the world in relation to me. And as we develop, that gets woven into a narrative. This is who I am and how I'll end up, and that is how the world treats me. And you see it in people's programming. Like, have you ever seen someone who can clap for other people's success all day long, but if they imagine themselves achieving that thing, it's like, nah, that couldn't happen for me. That's them, that's not me. That's that programming. You know what's interesting? Every time that you put yourself second or allow yourself to just take the off-brand, that child you is looking and going, oh, this is the type of thing I must be. And this must be how the world treats me. I made a video recently about not getting into the trap of thinking you have to feel different to do different. And I think that applies here. Because when I'm speaking about those early experiences forming how we feel about ourselves, in short, I'm saying your feelings about yourself probably stemmed in some way from how you were treated. So it seems logical, in my mind, that if you want to change how you feel about yourself, a good place to start is probably how you're treated or how you're treating yourself. Now, we can't go back in time and change how our parents did things. Parents make mistakes, and there's no such thing as a perfect parent. But there's a concept called reparenting. Just means I'm going to take on that role and I'm going to treat my inner child like they should have been treated. What do you think might happen when you start taking a name brand for yourself? When you start doing things because they're special and you're special? When you start celebrating your achievements and celebrating yourself like you would celebrate someone you loved? Do you think it would make your self-esteem worse? Do you think you deserve it? I'm going to say whether or not you think you deserve it. Treat yourself like you do.